Hey, it's Mr. Alert here on the Voice of the Fans. Browns, Browns, Browns. Let's not be clowns. It's very simple. You need a quarterback. Make a move. Myles Garrett doesn't want to be here. Let him go for a price. Yeah, we need draft picks. Why? Because we're too expensive. We're getting old. Youngest team in the league, most injured team in the league. So I think, first of all, I think we need to draft someone like a personal trainer, maybe a better nutritionist. Can we draft somebody? I don't know. Let's look into that. Next thing we need to do, we need to get a haul for Myles Garrett, right? We're talking first round draft picks, 2 first round draft picks, maybe a decent player, second round pick, maybe even a third. I don't know what you're going to have to do, but you're going to have to get a haul for Myles Garrett. So you can keep telling people you don't want to trade him, but come late March, you're going to have to make a move. And it's probably the best thing you can do. Who wants to have a player who doesn't want to be there on their team? You're going to force him to play? We don't want this to get ugly, because if it gets ugly and he refuses to play, now what are you going to do? You're not going to get a haul for him anymore, because teams are going to say, well, we don't have to give you a lot for him. He's not going to play for you anyway. So we'll give you a measly deal, and you have to take it, or else you just eat Myles Garrett sitting around, wasting a season. People say, oh, he won't sit out. You don't know what he will do. Did you know he was going to ask for a trade? Okay, so you can't guess. You've got to make a move. Now, you've got the second pick in the draft. Don't mess it up. You know how you don't mess it up? You just use your eyes. Okay? So what do our eyes tell us? You have 2 choices. If Cam Ward is available at 2, you get him. Why? Because our eyes tell us he's built like a stallion. He's got the arm angles of Mahomes. And he kind of reminds me of Air McNair. Air McNair did pretty good. He made it to a Super Bowl. Have the Browns made it to a Super Bowl lately? No. So you could go get an Air McNair apparent, or you can go get the Black Tom Brady. Who am I talking about? Yeah, I'm talking about Shedeur Sanders. He's not super flashy, not really fast, accurate, stands in the pocket, calm in the clutch, makes the right play. You know what you can do with that? Maybe you can go deep in the playoffs. Maybe you can win a Super Bowl. Why? Because accuracy is the most important aspect, trait, skill that's needed with a quarterback, right? He can have tons of arm strength, but if he throws it to the wrong team, what does that do for us? But if he's accurate, on time, plays in rhythm, can pick a defense apart, then your defense and your special teams can make up for the lack of spectacular play, right? And where does that lead you? With a solid team. See, where would the Browns have been if we had a solid quarterback since 1999? Just a solid quarterback, not a spectacular quarterback, a solid quarterback. With some of the defensive teams that we've had, some of the amazing special team players that we've had, right? We would have won an AFC championship, contended for a Super Bowl by now, just with a solid quarterback. We haven't had a solid quarterback since a few years of Baker Mayfield, right? He played pretty solid. And where did we go? We made it to the playoffs. So it's very clear. Let's not complicate this. Myles wants to go. You got to get rid of him. You got to trade him. And you got to get the most possible through that trade, right? You've got all these picks. The one you have to get right is number 2. The rest of the picks, you could literally just go best player available. You don't even have to worry about needs. Why? Because if you have the best player available on the board at any time, eventually, it may take a few drafts. We may not be good next year, guys. It may take a few drafts, but eventually, you know what you end up with? A team full of elite players. A team full of elite players. It may take some time. Just take the best player available. Even if that means you have 3 fantastic DBs, Because when one randomly gets injured and one gets too old or randomly wants to trade, guess what? Now you've got two elite DBs. You can still compete, right? You've got some average guys to mix in between. Best player available. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. Anyway, guys, tell me what you think. Like and subscribe. Talk to you soon.